Welcome back to another video. It's Bradford v Hartlepool match preview. Let me know your score predictions and thoughts going into a game in the comments down below. It's a must-win game. I don't like saying must-win, but Newport for me will must-win, and Walsall away from home with our away advantage that we have. We're now at home against a team who's 22nd in the league, 1 point away from relegation, who are fighting for their lives. It's normally a game that we'd drop points against, and we can't afford to be doing it if we want to be finishing at least in the playoffs and pushing for top three, because recently that point from the points between third and us has now got bigger, with Northampton getting a one back together. Carlisle 4 wins in a row. There's a big game going on as well, Carlisle v Stevenage on the weekend. Then we've got to play Carlisle. Stevenage have a tough one, so this is our opportunity to say we win this race, get points on the board, and then get a statement win against Carlisle. These two games are pivotal to our season. We've got to go and take advantage of it. If not, then we've missed a big opportunity, and we're going to if we get 1 point out of these next two, which is likely because it's a Bradford City type thing, against Carlisle, a bit of a bogey team with former players, and Hartlepool who are on a bad run and are scrapping for their lives at home, both at home as well. If we get 1 point or 2 points from this game, we're not going to get into top three. You can forget about that. And playoffs is then becoming a big target and a big worry, with teams like Sutton, Barrow on a good run, Salford and Mansfield behind us, who can put that run together if we don't. So we've got to take advantage of it. 11 big games left of the season, 6 crucial home games, 3 of them being Carlisle on Tuesday, Orient last home game of the season, and Sutton, who we don't know how good that of a one they're going to be on. Only won back-to-back home games once this season, so we need to make that twice after beating Colchester in the last few minutes and winning 2-0. And the home atmosphere, that needs to improve as well. We need to make Valley Parade a fortress for these next 6 games, and the away games as well. Rochdale, we've had a big allocation. Crewe, that might be extended, I think. So we've got to make these games fortresses. When we go away from home, make it like a home game. The home games, get right at them and encourage them, and really get this season going. And we're coming to the final hurdle. Let's not fall. Let's not bottle it up. We need to make this season a memorable one, and we've got to be winning these next 2 because our home form, we're 12th in the home form table with 27 points from 17 games, and we need to really be making that another home win and getting those back-to-backs. Last 5 results then, we've drawn our last 2, 1-1 against Newport and 0-0 against Walsall, winning against Colchester our last home game 2-0, 2-0 against Gillingham, and a 1-0 win against Doncaster, one of the best away games for a very long time. They're coming into it with no wins with 1 win in the last 7. They had a draw against Northampton, pretty decent point, 1-1 draw against Tranmere, 3-3 draw against Walsall, a 1-0 defeat to Newport, and a 2-2 draw to Wimbledon. The away form isn't the best. It's the 23rd in the away form table with 13 points from 18 games. Even more of a must win. Their key players, Kemp, I think he came in January, he's made a very good impact for them down Kemp. 5 goals in 8 and getting an assist, I think, last weekend. Callum Cook as well could be a key player, should be a key player for them. Left us to try and be a star player at a team who were more of a mid-table team, and it hadn't quite gone so well for him. I think he's had 2 goals and 4 assists, or 4 goals and 2 assists scored a couple of weekends ago. And Dumarat, 11 goals, and he's their top goal scorer this season, scoring I think he scored last weekend or on midweek. The past and presents, obviously Callum Cook, Dolan's there as well, the former Newport, Yeovil and City player, and Timmy Odesina used to play for them and really starred for them last season, and unfortunately hasn't started so well at Bradford. I think the referee for Saturday at 1 o'clock is a League One standard referee as well, and on Tuesday against Carlisle, I think he's also a League One standard refereeing most games in League One. So hopefully that makes an improvement on the referees we've had this season, but you can never be really sure with referees, because when you see the decisions go on up and down the pyramid, they're all as bad as each other really. It's just that the mistakes are more often. So hopefully, he doesn't have a standout game again. Onto the head-to-head, we've played each other 89 times, winning 35 times, drawing 21 times, and losing 33 games. The reverse fixture was a 3-1 win, where Banks scored his first goal for City. And the last 5 games, we've obviously like 3-1 last time away, a 2-0 win away in 2022, away win in 2022, a 3-1 home defeat in 2021. I'm sure that was their first away win of that season as well, around November time. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. 2014 was the last time we played then at home, and that was a 1-1 draw. And in 2013, a 5-0 defeat on the road. So hopefully we can get another win against them, and hopefully make it 3 wins in a row. So my team, am I sticking with the diamond? Am I going with 4-2-3-1? Or is a 3 at the back an option? Let me know your team and your formation, because I do think we need to freshen it up. I do think we need to change the formation. We're too defensive. We seem like we're setting for the clean sheet a bit too much, and especially at home we need to be more on the front foot, a bit more direct. Not saying go long ball every time you get it, but be a bit more direct on the front foot. Get it, I don't want to say it, but get it in the forward areas quicker, in terms of getting, your exciting wide players on the ball, and actually giving Andy Cook some good chances instead of half chances that he's putting away, because he's absolutely unbelievable. I think he's been given the PFA League 2 Fans Player of the Month for February. Lewis in goal, obviously, unbelievable keeper. Obviously had his antics last weekend at Newport, and I think he went a bit viral, so hopefully all them nerves of shakiness maybe is out of him, and he continues his good performances. Halliday definitely starts. I keep forgetting Luke Hendry is on the books at Bradford City, but I think he used to play for Hartlepool, so he would have been one for the past and present. Platt and Stubbs as centre backs. I know everyone wants Critchlow back in, but Platt and Stubbs for me have been a really good partnership, and Stubbs is helping Platt pull him more than Critchlow did, and I like his leadership that Stubbs brings to a back line, and I do like Platt. I don't think he's done enough to be dropped. But I've found a way in for Critchlow. I think I'm seeing everyone saying, can we get him in as a defence midfielder? But I'd play back as that Nathan Ake role for Man City, where he's a bit of a left-sided centre-back. He ain't going to overlap the winger that I'm going to choose. But Ryan East then goes outside, and he comes into midfield and steps forward with the ball. Obviously we don't want to be too passive, we don't want to be too possession based, we don't want to be playing it for playing its sake, but I think that balance would help us, and I think it's the only option really, unless we go to a back 3, a proper back 5 is the way of getting Critchlow in. He ain't going to drop Platt or Stubbs, and I don't think he should break up that partnership, and I think that would be the better way to play at Valley Parade as well, with East in that forward area, in that midfield area, because he has that, that understanding more of how to play that role than a Richie Smallwood, and I think we'd be a bit more fluid playing that way as well. And Eastern partner Clayton, obviously I'm not dropping him, he's been fantastic since he's come in. Banks on the right hand side of the 3 behind Cook. I want to see more Banks. I think we've got to be playing with wingers, got some really exciting wingers. I want to see more Pereira, I want to see more Banks, who's probably been one of our brightest players this season in terms of actually on the ball. I want to see more Chapman on the other wing, so he's starting on the left. I think when he gets on that side, he's got that flair and that technical ability. He just hasn't got the end product, and that suits a winger more than an attacking midfielder. I play Walker behind Cook. I think he could be a bit tired from Tuesday, Saturday after barely playing, but hopefully he can play himself into some better form. And Andy Cook up top, obviously he gets the nod over anyone else. But I think if you do stick with the diamond and go to up top, best partner for him is Matt Derbyshire for me. But it's just a shame that he's injured, because he's the only player who can really get anything going. So if you do stick with the diamond, I would not want to be seeing Darragh Costello. I like his movement, but he ain't providing us enough quality in the final third, and he's giving the ball away too easily up there. So I want to see us go for it. If you don't play Critchlow in left back, and obviously you don't want to go with that, then I can see why. But I think it would help us defensively and help us more on the ball at Valley Parade as well. So then you probably go bowler and go for it a bit more. He's back from injury, he's been on the bench, and we need to, like I say, we need to attack more at Valley Parade and go for it, because these are going to sit in. We know how teams are going to set up against us, so we've got to find a way of finally breaking that down. Let me know your score predictions and comments down below. Going to go 2-0. I think it could be a comfortable game, but there's every reason to suggest that it could be either a 1-0, maybe scoring the last minute for either team, or it could be a 0-0, and we can't break them down. So hopefully we can get the win and take into Carlisle. These are 2 big games for the season, and we've got to be looking at winning both or getting 4 points. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you liked it. Have a good one.